Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to another recording of Contrast. Let's continue. So we need to fire the cannonball again. It took us more than time and effort than it should have to get it back to this point, but we were able to do it. So I'm just gonna put the ball right where it was and hit the button again and see what happens. Uh Seems like it caught on fire. Alright, so the crane's not going to help us. We'll just shift in here and carry it ourselves. So we put the ball in shadow form. Let's see if the button works this time. Yes, it does. But the problem here is it's not going to fire in reality, is it? Oh, it did. It came out of shadow.
Yeah, take that! Go back where you came from, you big squid! Go find a whale to pick on!
So it seems like any object that violates the shadow physics of this world will just get popped back to reality. Interesting concept. I'm saying shadow too much, and it's reminding me of the game Shadow Man, which really has nothing to do and is nowhere like this story, but it does say shadow a lot too.
Oh no! Wait, it's a whirlpool! He's sucking us down! We're sinking! We're doomed! It's Davy Jones' blocking for us!
Oh, deliver the final blow. Really? So I guess this is stuck again. Will this do it? Well, first let's go get that luminary before we hit any buttons. We only have 4 luminaries left in this area, and now 3. Doesn't seem like there's an interaction with that yet. So operate the device using the left stick. What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I'm moving the cart up and down, not the cannon. Interesting. And by moving the cart up and down, I am changing the light. For what purpose, I don't know. Even all the way up here, it really doesn't do anything. So let's just leave that here for a moment. Run back over here and do what? confuse me. So, color me confused. What are we trying to activate or disactivate? There is a ball down there, so let's see if we can lower this down to the next floor. Jump down here and see what we're gonna do. We need this cannonball, and we need 3 luminaries, I guess, to unlock that door in a moment. It doesn't seem like we can do it yet. So I'll put the ball down there. And I just can't interact with this at all. Yeah. And no real sense as to why that one platform can go up and down. Alright. So we start raising her back up so she lights the path. Two interactive things next to each other. Not great. So I think the trick here is we're going to manipulate the ball in its shadow form. Like this. And then come back here and raise it like that. So it did take a couple of maneuvers here. Now we put it in. Didn't bother to really animate that, did they?
And take that! Bam! Say goodnight, Gracie! Uh-oh. We didn't break anything, did we?
I think you broke something.
Maybe we can get out that way.
I think this whole thing very easily was broken to begin with, but we probably contributed to the problem. So, as far as luminaries, we have 3 left, and we have, I think, 1 more ride to unlock and fix. So we should be right on course.
I bet there's nothing actually broken. I bet it's just something you forgot to turn on.
Yeah, sure.
Figures Daddy bought it. I bet there's just like one thing he forgot to do, and that's why the whole ride isn't working. It's probably in the control room, or the engine room, or something like that.
She has no clue what she's talking about.
It's dark out there. How are you gonna climb on shadows if it's dark? Hey, this is that maintenance room I was talking about. Why didn't Dad do it? I bet he didn't even read the instructions.
She's walking away from me too fast while I'm trying to look for collectibles.
I think we can restart the whole ride. I knew it. I knew it was something simple. I think all we need to do is pull these levers at the same time.
Collectible Pirate ship maintenance book, lubrication points for the roller bearing assemblies. Hey, we missed a collectible somewhere. Oh, that's irritating. Maybe we'll find it later. This is gonna start a fire. Undoubtedly. Unquestionably. This is going to burst into flames. There's no way this is gonna work.
Are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! I think we fixed it. I think we fixed the whole thing.
Well, you know, this is her dream though, so. Look how big the moon is. Repair the last attraction. Now, I don't like this idea of just warping us out. I wish there had been an exit, like, right here. I mean, look, there is an exit right there. If we had climbed the ladder and walked out that way, it would have helped maintain realism, even in this fake world. Or at least maintain the flow of the storytelling. So we have 2 luminaries left, and notice that 3 are missing. We have 8, and we are missing 2. There was 15 before. Every time we use a luminary to activate something, we are losing them. And that kind of sucks. Just generally speaking. Would have hoped that it kept the count the same. Now this is something, I am an acrobat. I do dive. I want to do the high dive. And it's not going to let me do it. That's irritating. It would have definitely been nice if they had let me climb up to the top and dived in the water. But I can't even jump in the water. No splash mechanics, no water mechanics in the game. And here's the balloon ride that's been reset. And there she is standing still. From that, because this game is a little buggy about what it shows her. They would have solved the whole problem if she was just not in the game. And it was the same quests just being given to us by the game itself. Alright, so we have Charo's Churro. Chiaro's Curo? This sounds Spanish. Like something, I'm either pronouncing that really wrong or something really weird's going on. And we already came in here and looked at that, yeah. So what's in here? Just a fake forest? Ah, a theater.
Hey, has anyone seen the princess puppet? We can't really start the story without her.
That sounds like Daddy.
Ah. Fill the role of the princess. Okay.
Darn. Where did I put her?
So I'm just gonna jump in the shadows and play the role of the princess.
Ah, there she is. Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a castle with her father, the king. The king loved her very much because daddies loved their daughters. Unfortunately, the kingdom also had an ogre who was eating travelers because ogres do that. So the king did what kings do and promised that anyone who slew the ogre would get to marry his only daughter, the princess, and become king when he died. The king's lands were very far away, and the ogre was very large, so only one knight showed up. His name was Fred, and he fell immediately in love with the princess. Fred was a brave knight, and he marched off the next morning, singing a brave song as loudly as he could. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she set off into the forest to look for him. The princess tracked Fred's footprints through a strange wilderness full of scary sounds and hidden dangers. Chasms filled with razor-sharp bamboo. Fortunately, she was a very brave princess who loved adventures, just like you. She used her wits to get past unexpected obstacles.
So we're just jump puzzling now through this. This
She
is
came to a wide river filled with snapping crocodiles. She couldn't even swim. So what do you think she did?
She ran on top of their heads.
That's right.
so did the dad just hear the girl?
It was a magical forest where the plants seemed to know each other. She had to use magic mushrooms to get high or up.
Hmm. Hmm. So I want this, then this, then this. Now the thing here is we're not able to dash, and without the dash ability is making it difficult. And I don't think this, I don't think, hmm.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
So this is gonna be a tough one.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
I could see very much how this specific uh, puzzle.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the
Hmm.
bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
This is difficult. Could have been a good example or an experiment. Oh darn it, hit the wrong button. The only one I can get up to as far as height is here. So I need to actually probably step on this, then this, then step up here, jump, and then jump.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo.
Hmm.
Wait, that's not what happened.
If this was the whole game, because I said before, what if the whole game was like this? And you
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on
were
the bamboo.
playing all of the world
Wait, that's not what
in
happened.
black and white. I mean in shadow. Hmm. And you can, I guess you can see right here where the problem inherently comes about with this.
Unfortunately, she
Come
impaled
on,
herself on the
game.
bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
It, why can I not dash? Like, as soon as you phase out, you you can't dash. Hmm. Hmm. This is getting too hard. I stand here, then stand there. Yep. Yeah, and so that's just not gonna work. Hmm. So I need to go here, wait several seconds, go here, click on this, be here, go this
She
far.
learned to use some bendy tree branches to fling herself across a patch of deadly sharp bamboo.
Yeah,
As
that's
the
about the
sun
only way you
set,
could have gotten past
she
that
came to
puzzle.
the giant ogre's campsite. And there, the princess discovered that the ogre had captured Fred and hung him from a tree as a snack. The ogre did not appreciate visitors at all. Even Fred seemed a little embarrassed to see her.
Oops. So we're doing a real battle here, it feels like. Hmm. And it's not like I'm dying in this battle too. I'm not just getting knocked out. So that gets that stuck there.
But the princess was a woman of action, and she was nimble, and the ogre was clumsy and easy to taunt.
What's a taunt?
That's when you make fun of something. You should never make fun of people, but with ogres, sometimes you have to.
So we saw the solution there, and we got the audio to the solution, but we happened to die just as it was happening. So I need to get the pick in that, stand on this, and then not stay on the head. I tell you, for a boss battle, this isn't very good. I don't know how you would particularly go about doing a very good boss battle. I've gotta jump up at that point, is what I mean, the concept here is fine, it's the implementation. And just the lack of tight controls. If you want to make a platforming game, you have to have 100% tight controls. You cannot go halfway with it. Uh, and the fact that I cannot time these time this really goes to show it's not tight enough controls. Sure, you can always make the argument that I'm just not a very good player, but I always describe myself as a slightly better than average video game player. And if I'm having trouble, that means more than half of the players are going to have trouble. And that means the game needs to be easier. Alright. So we jump. And I felt I needed to shift out there because it was going to hit me. We'll try it. I guess we'll see if the tree... There we go. You gotta run over him and get it to crush him.
And so the princess tricked the ogre and rescued Fred. Fred didn't feel too good about it. He really loved the princess. Fortunately, the king told him about a giant spider that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand. So Fred marched off to the lair of the giant spider, singing a brave song, a little less loudly than before. After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she went off looking for him again.
Really? Come on, game.
Fred's footprints led her into a dark and creepy cavern, full of strange dripping sounds, kind of like the basement at school. Her footsteps echoed and echoed, until it sounded like someone was following her. Soon she came to a vast pit, filled with vicious, deadly spikes. It was much too big to jump over, but far off, she could hear moaning. She thought it might be Fred. So what do you think she did?
I know.
What?
She used an umbrella.
What?
Like that nanny in that movie.
This is the Middle Ages, honey. Where would she get an umbrella?
I don't know, but that's what she used.
I don't think I have an umbrella.
Well, you better find one, because she used an umbrella.
Where am I supposed to get an umbrella?
So we shift out here and we take an umbrella. This might give us a new
Here we go.
ability.
So the princess bravely threw herself into the air, slowing her fall using an umbrella, just like that nanny in the movie. She floated down into the cave, deeper and deeper into the cavern she floated. She thought she could hear Fred moaning. Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
Okay, so we gotta get the umbrella again. Yeah, an umbrella solves some of the problems, and it adds a whole new level of gameplay.
Cavern she floated. She thought she could hear Fred moaning, but maybe it was only the wind.
But we're at the end of Act 2, and we're getting introduced to something that feels like we're very much only going to use it once.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo.
Unfortunately, I impaled myself on the bamboo because this game is so imprecise on the controls. Maybe if I was playing with a keyboard, I mean, you can certainly
Deeper into the cavern she floated.
think
She thought she could
that maybe
hear
the
Fred
controls are
moaning.
just loose,
Maybe it
or
was
the
only wind.
sensitivity by default is too high for the Xbox 360 controller plugged into my computer, but that's still on the game. You have to have a default setting, and that default setting should be
Finally, she
set
landed
right.
safely, right in a spider's web.
So what? I can't shift out.
Fortunately, it was a very old web, and she was able to break free. Unfortunately, the web was the only thing holding up a giant boulder. The princess
Okay,
needed
I'm
to
having
find
to hit
somewhere to hide.
jump to break these spider webs. So now we're doing the Indiana Jones thing. I tell you, how many times have I done this cliche? And that wasn't right. I need to run backwards out of the way. Usually when they do the Indiana Jones giant rolling boulder, not border, it's somewhat cool. It's fun at least. This, nah. This feels very much like they're just experimenting with things.
Suddenly, a giant spider jumped out of the shadows and attacked her.
This feels exactly like a game called, what was it called?
She ran and climbed and jumped and climbed, but the giant spider was very good at climbing too. It had 8 legs and the princess only had 2.
Limbo is the name of the game. And this feels exactly like Limbo, running away from a spider in a black and white environment. That is exactly what happened in Limbo. I do have a spotlight for Limbo if you want to go watch me play the whole game. It was so short and I was so new at doing YouTube that I put it in my spotlights playlist and just played the whole game all the way through. It's pretty good. I'd recommend go checking it out. Alright, so we still have 2 luminaries to collect, and I don't see how I'm going to get them in this. And I have to run away from a giant spider. And I will do that next time. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, I have a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.